Hi Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you are doing well. This is for any sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius. We're going to take a look at the cards. We'll get a sense of the big ideas or the awareness for the week, guidance and possible outcomes. I will also choose a few oracle cards for additional information. So let's get started with your reading. So we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Five of Swords. So interesting with the Five of Swords, but the Ace of Cups is a lovely card. This is a gift or blessing from the universe, and you can see the water is overflowing. The emotions are overflowing, and so Wednesday could be a day for you to have a joyful and happy experience with someone else. There's a sense here that this is about connections, and this is about emotional depth and interactions, how we feel about each other. And so there's a lot of joy with this card. There's a lot of happiness, the potential of important relationships, relationships that are satisfying and that are enriching, and perhaps put a smile on your face. And so, you know, you have the potential here for that. If you're in a relationship or a marriage, it could signal that you're going to be enhancing it or deepening the bond. But really, this is the opportunity for these very special emotional connections. And then here's the Page of Cups facing the Ace of Cups. Pages often bring us messages or offerings. And you can see he's very earnest, he's very sweet, he's holding out the cup. The cup has a fish in it, and you know, the page represents the sincerity sometimes of our feelings and that youthfulness where we just feel what we feel, and we feel happy about it, and we're longing for perhaps the depth and the love in a relationship. And so here's the Page of Cups, which, you know, again, he's hoping to learn the ways of the world. And how can we make that work for us at any age? Really, it's about perhaps the newness that you feel when you meet someone that really understands you and connects with you. It's wonderful to feel that, you know, that initial attraction, the initial attraction of friendship, you know, a colleague, whatever it may be, the connection where you laugh, where you can talk easily. And so you have this going on here for Wednesday, which is this focus on emotional partnerships, friendships that are very deep and loving, and there's just a lot of joy and happiness here that's available. And so I think, you know, it's again water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but simply lovely. And again, it doesn't have to be where you're going to fall magically in love with someone immediately, but you might meet someone where there's a spark, or where there's something where you want to go back and you want to get to know them better, in whatever category you may place it in. So within the goodness and the happiness here, we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is always an interesting card to look at. Again, it's a card of duality. You have the gray clouds. You have the two figures walking away here in defeat. We have the other guy here smiling, smirking, whatever you want to, however you want to describe him, holding the swords and looking back. Often this is about conflict. It's about someone coming out on top and someone not. And really, in life, you decide which battles you're going to really fight for. Sometimes it's just easiest to say, not worth it to me, you got this one. I'm laying down my sword, I'm walking on. I'm not going to let it eat at me, and I'm not going to let it pull me down. So the figures here walking away, either either they said enough is enough, or for whatever reason this person came on top. So this card really is the dual perspective. Where do you see yourself? Are you in a philosophical discussion? Are you in some type of discussion at the office or within a relationship where you feel that you're going to win and win that battle? And as we know, sometimes people come out on top and people come out not on top, and that's just the way it goes. And we deal with it and we move on. And perhaps the quicker that we can deal with it, the less taxing it is on our health and our psyche. That we can say, yeah, that really wasn't for me. I didn't assert myself well. I didn't explain myself well, and that other person kind of came out on top. I'm having a hard time expressing it, but it really is this sense of a conflict of two different positions, perhaps. So again, not a major thing. It's just part of the daily grind that we live in, and of these interactions that we have with people. And perhaps in addition to this opportunity here of this wonderful emotional experience or offering, that maybe it's also to show love and consideration here in whatever position you find yourself in, the figures walking away or the figures here. It's to not forget to be loving, kind, and considerate. Whether you win the argument or whether you don't win the argument. So let's take a look at what we have for the numerology. We have 1, 2, and 5. 5 and 2 is 7. And 7 is about discovery. It's about reflection. It's about using your mind, seeking knowledge. And then finally, to close the reading, I will choose an oracle card. And this says, warrior woman, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? How interesting. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? How is your fear holding you back? Face your fear and try to make a plan maybe to get around it. And so, I was always afraid of roller coasters. I never would take the chance. And I don't know what got into me. I think it was some friends of mine who said, just do it, come on. And once I went on it, it was thrilling. It was freeing and not so scary, but just invigorating. So I wouldn't have had that experience if I just held on to that fear. And it had to be at the right moment and perhaps with the right supportive environment with friends. But don't let your fears lead. I think that's the thing I would say. Every one of us is a warrior. And you can see that sword is very sharp, and she would be a heck of a match for this person here. So, friends, I hope that you have a wonderful Wednesday. If you found this reading helpful, please subscribe, like, share, or comment, and come back tomorrow for another reading. Thanks. Bye-bye.